In World War I, more UAVs were put to use. After 9/11, drone funding stood around $284 billion. The Pentagon wanted to fund drones to kill and target terrorists. The US and the UK were the first to create target drones. The use of drones has spread across the world, and now many countries use UAVs in their military arsenal. The US mainly uses the Predator drone to kill enemies like ISIS or other terrorists. They use the Raven drone for surveillance, picking up intel and scouting the battlefield. Drones are now also being used for purposes outside of military. Amazon has created a drone to deliver packages, but the Federal Aviation Administration, or the FAA, doesn't approve of this.
3, 2, 1.
It's going.
Okay. How do you think that they help our environment?
So I think drones can help our environment in a couple of different ways. One would be the scientific information you could gather from using drones to collect data. So let's say you wanted to know how bad is the smog in LA, and you could send out a squadron of 20 drones, and they fly the same path every day and collect the same data every single day, same time and everything, right? That's giving you a lot of data at a much lower cost than if you tried to get that from an airplane with people flying around in it. So that's one way they could save the environment. The other is even a lower cost drone could be used in conservation to take pictures of the rainforest, to make sure there isn't illegal logging happening. Drones are being used in some parts of Africa to actually guard endangered species. And so they can sit there and watch and see, oh, the poachers are getting close, send out a team to intercept the poachers. So they can help in a variety of ways like that.
How do you think they help society?
I think that part is still in its infancy. One area where we're seeing some help would be in the area of journalism. So think about the recent protests about the oil pipeline in Standing Rock. The protesters were actively using drones for two purposes. One, to see what was going on with the pipeline. Actually, three reasons. Check on the pipeline security and see what they were doing, but also to document and provide information to us. So they were using it for journalism. So I think that's where you'll see that first initial benefit. What will come of things like the Amazon drones and other drones that can deliver both stuff we really don't need, like, oh my God, I have to buy a new HDMI cable, but how can it also help when we need to get a prescription medicine to someone really quickly? So that's where we're going to see how it evolves. In order for those cool delivery things to happen, though, the laws have to change.
What are some pros and cons of drones?
Well, the military side is, a lot of people would feel, is a con. The fact that the nation with the drone can attack another nation, another culture, another group with extraordinary amounts of safety, because the pilot who's flying that drone, they're 3 or 4 or 10,000 miles away. It shifts that balance. But you could also flip that, and we have to accept the other perspective, which is we can have a military operation where our military personnel are at far reduced risk because they're 10,000 miles away from where the attack happens.
Does the invention of drones mean progress to society?
It depends on how we use them. I think that if they're used effectively, then yes, there should be progress there. But do you want me to get them to go away?
No, they're fine.
Would we consider military drones, for example, progress? I suppose it depends on which end of the missile you're on.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
That's it for today, folks.